And ladies and gentlemen, all championships are on the line again. You know what that means? Motherfucking Clash of Champions. Or shall I say, Clash of Rematches, because you're looking at this card and like 5 of these matches are rematches. It's like, what's the point? It's like, geez, we really can't have quality over quantity here, and that's even starting to affect NXT, but we'll talk about that when we get to next week. For now, we have this to focus on, and yeah, there's a few stipulations in there, or a couple rather, to spice things up, but other than that, I don't know. I'm not really fully feeling this one here, but maybe it won't be that bad because of it. I'm Coffee Lover 239, and with me, as always, is our resident John Moxley stan, Steven. Say hi, Steven.
What's up, everyone? I hope everyone's a great Friday. Yeah, I hope
Yeah,
everyone
it's
has a great.
Friday at the time we're doing this, and without further ado, let's get it on. And our first match is the lonely little pre-show match. Asuka versus Zelina Vega for the Raw Women's Championship. Here's what I don't understand. After having Asuka win the belt and her madness, it's like they're not really giving her anyone strong to deal with. It's like, because you fucking locked Nia Jax in an on-team COD couple tag team with Shayna Baszler for no damn reason. We're kind of screwed there. And now look, and no one else is exciting. And now look at this. Now we have Zelina friggin' Vega, primarily a manager, might I add. Not a full-time wrestler, but a manager. Or rather, this match is to prove she's more than just a business manager, but I'm not really buying this friggin' madness. And it's just so sudden out of nowhere, too, not to mention. Because she hadn't won a match at all in 2020 for this year. Up until whatever match she was in. Up until the build-up. Up until the build-up where she beat Mickie James. And, who, by the way, I am fed up with the fact that WWE has been treating so bleh. She's still a damn good talent. And even at her age, she could still go and just... Oh, my God. Just... Ugh. You do this for a non-business manager. Will Asuka be able to carry Vega to a decent match? Probably. Will it be anything exciting? Probably not. Is the conclusion already foregone? More than likely. Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Retain. No, Zelina Vega's not gonna retain that.
Obviously. Asuka won the belt not long ago, and you're not gonna take it off her like that. Whatever, this is probably just a warm-up for Asuka in the long haul for her run, so yeah. Asuka will more than likely retain the Raw Women's Championship. Our next match is the first of 5 rematches. It's Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton in an ambulance match for the WWE Championship. Ooh, not. Yeah, Scott Hall Jeff for the win. Alright. Anyways, so, at SummerSlam, Drew McIntyre defeated Randy Orton to retain the WWE Championship. Not definitively, though. The match, it was a backslide pin. Not quite the fruit roll-up, but let's call it the backside fruit roll-up. Yeah, let's go with that. So, Drew McIntyre used the almighty, overused, yet somehow still always reliable, backslide fruit roll-up to retain the WWE Championship. The following night on Raw, McIntyre gloated about his victory against the so-called greatest wrestler ever with the backslide and stated that he knew Orton wanted a rematch, despite the fact that nothing on this card would make any fucking sense whatsoever. It wouldn't make sense, but WWE doesn't make sense with how they hand out title matches. I digress. As McIntyre made his exit, Orton attacked McIntyre and delivered 2 punts to him, well, one of them at least, because the other one didn't connect worth shit. Later, Orton was confronted by former NXT wrestler Limited Keith Lee, who made his Raw debut / main roster demotion. Lee, on behalf of McIntyre, for whatever reason, challenged Orton to a match. The two faced each other that night. However, the match ended in what would be the first of many disqualification wins against Keith Lee. Orton won this match after McIntyre attacked Orton. After the ensuing brawl, Orton delivered a third punt to McIntyre, taking him out for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Or 2 weeks, rather. What am I saying? Lee then faced Orton in another goddamn rematch for some reason, and on behalf of McIntyre, once again, with an even worse theme than before, at Payback, where he shockingly defeated Orton. On the following night's Raw, 3 singles matches were set up with the winner facing each other in a triple threat match that night to determine the #1 contender for WWE Championship at Clash of Champions. Orton, Lee, and Seth Rollins won their respective matches, with Orton winning... What? Ah, stop it. No, we're not, forget Seth Rollins. Whatever, Orton won. You threw me off, man. Don't do that. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, Orton won the triple threat to secure another title opportunity against McIntyre that everyone possibly already figured out. Throughout the course of that night, McIntyre delivered 3 Claymore kicks to Orton. The following week, McIntyre changed the stipulation of their match to an ambulance match because apparently wrestlers now have the power to do that. I don't get it. Also that night, due to the uncertainty if Orton would make it to Clash of Champions as a result of McIntyre's attacks the previous week, which probably no one really should have doubted that Randy Orton would not make it to freaking Clash of Champions. Or what am I even saying? Well, I mean, it was pretty obvious that Orton was still going to make it regardless. But in that somewhat very absolute 0% chance happening of him not making it, Lee faced McIntyre in a non-title match where if Lee won, he would replace Orton in the event that Orton could not compete at Clash of Champions. The match, however, once again ended in a no contest, but it was at the hands of Retribution.
If you want to name the members of it, right now you can if anyone doesn't know.
I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Ugh, my goodness. You know, I was hoping we'd be kind of past this, but no. I guess this is what happens when you barely have anyone else capable of getting the job done. And I'm actually very worried about this because, well, how do I put this? McIntyre, I still hasn't gotten a fair shake for this madness because, you know, with the fucking world being the way it is right now and no fans in attendance, it's, yeah. But... I can't, like, I don't even know. It's like, I mean, it's an ambulance match, so a little bit of excitement, but not even that much. I mean, we've seen these matches time and time again. The only time anytime got fucking real was at Great Balls of Fire, Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, and, we all know what happened there, and, I don't think I need to recap that, but here... I'm just not, I don't know, I'm just not feeling it, and I've got this very sinking feeling that McIntyre's days as champion are numbered. It's not McIntyre's fault the roster is an absolute mess, and that, the old man and his, crew refuse to actually create new stars, or at least allow the writing team to try to create new stars. It's a mess, and who even knows? They may put the belt back on Orton to pop a cheap rating, but I don't know. Hell, it might be a last-minute change all of a sudden, like what happened at WrestleMania 34 with the Universal title match. Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Randy become a 14th. I think Drew's gonna win. I want Drew to win. I don't want Randy to become a 14th. I mean, I like Randy. You know, he's a good superstar. You know,
he doesn't need the belt. You know.
Yeah, they don't. He doesn't act.
But you never know, man. You never know. They'll be desperate to pop any kind of rating. But I've got this sinking feeling. Plus, it's an ambulance match, and the goal to win it is to throw your opponent into the ambulance and then close the doors. So, naturally, neither man would have to be pinned or submitted. So, this may be a chance for them to take a liberty. But I have a very suspicious feeling that they're going to put the belt on Orton. I know it seems ridiculous, but I have this suspicious feeling. I don't know. I don't know who to pick. Shit, I'm at a loss for words. You know what? gonna put down Orton for now, but prediction behind the scenes for all those leagues subject to change. So asterisk next to Orton for my case, because you never know with this fucking company, man. You never know. And our next match is Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, of all people, for the Universal Championship. So at Payback, Big E and Matt Riddle won their respective matches against Sheamus and Baron Corbin, while in the main event, I shall not call him a king. And meanwhile, Roman Reigns won the Universal Championship for a second time by pinning Braun Strowman in a triple threat no-holds-barred match, even though that match should have never friggin' happened like that for no reason, and giving him a 1 week... Okay, just relax. There's probably more ridiculousness that we haven't even gotten into, but yeah. And on the following SmackDown, a fatal four-way match between Big E, Riddle, Corbin, and Sheamus was scheduled to determine a #1 contender for the Universal Championship at Clash of Champions. Sheamus attacked Big E backstage to take him out of the match, though. But then for some reason, Big E was replaced by Reigns' own cousin, one half of the Usos, Jey, who for some fucking reason won the fatal four-way to earn the title match against Reigns. And if I'm not mistaken, and if I remember correctly, and it's hard to follow main roster sometimes when you do what I do, but if I remember correctly, what in the bloody... was it? Oh my god. It was Matt motherfucking Riddle who got pinned. Unfucking real, man. Quite frankly, I'd rather have him as you-know-what, but unfortunately, they botched his start early on. Not as bad as Keith Lee, because at least, you know, Riddle still has his fucking music and his attire, but... yeah. And again, like Asuka versus Zelina Vega, I'm pretty sure this match is a foregone conclusion here, and there's really not much else I can say about that, other than look for Roman to have a slightly different little look, and maybe a newer theme, perhaps, ever since, to really solidify the heel turn, in addition to having Paul Heyman in his corner. Although, if Keith Lee's madness is anything to go by, maybe don't... I don't know. Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Easy, Roman Reigns. You know, Jey... I like Jey Uso, but he's just there to, you know...
yeah, he's Roman gonna get walloped, man. He is gonna get his ass whooped.
I'll be... they're not gonna put the title on Jey. He's a tag team guy.
Yeah, but his brother Jimmy is out, so they can't really do much, and the tag division's a mess, but we'll get into that later. Yeah, I'm going with Roman Reigns on this one as well. This is another foregone conclusion. Back on the rematch grind, ladies and gentlemen, it's Bayley versus Nikki Cross for the SmackDown Women's Championship. On the September 11th episode of SmackDown, Nikki Cross defeated Alexa Bliss, Lacey Evans, and Tamina Snuka in a fatal four-way match to earn a SmackDown Women's Championship match against Bayley at Clash of Champions. Again, another worthless little rematch that I just don't understand. Well, no, I think I do, because they're saving Sasha Banks for later to inevitably take down Bayley. So again, much like the previous match and the one pre-show match, this is also kind of a foregone conclusion. Nikki Cross, though, has pretty much lost every single opportunity that she's had for the SmackDown Women's Championship against Bayley. And this is like, what? The second or third time? I can't even remember. I lose track of this shit. What do you expect, folks? Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Bayley's gonna retain. Sasha's gonna take a title. There, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, another foregone conclusion. Though I wonder if they're going to do it how I think they're gonna do it, if it would take me a while. if they're gonna do it at friggin' Hell in a goddamn cell between Bayley and Sasha, even though that should be like the ending blow-off match, or maybe just the blow-off match to the feud. I can't even tell with this company. Whatever. Yeah, it should be better than last year's Madness. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Bayley on this one to retain as well. Good lord, 1 year with her SmackDown Women's Championship. Well, or almost a year. Has it been a year or so? Let me take a quick look before we get into the next match. Almost 15 or so plus days, so almost. Let's go to the next match. And our next match is Nia Jax versus Shayna Baszler, or Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. No, you wish they were against each other, or maybe not. But yeah, Nia and Shayna versus Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Okay, so at Payback, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler won, the Women's Tag Team Championship for the first time as a team after defeating Bayley and Sasha Banks. While during the kickoff pre-show, Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan defeated the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. The following night on Raw... Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that they officially caused the Iconics to split for no reason because fuck it. The following night on Raw, the Riot Squad faced the Iconics in a rematch with the added stipulation... Oh, wait a minute. No, it was this match. What am I saying? I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry, folks. I'm all over the place with this madness. But no, it was the night after Payback on Raw. The Riot Squad faced the Iconics in a rematch with the added stipulation that the winning team would earn a title shot at the Women's Tag Team Championship while the losing team would disband. Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan won the title opportunity, and the Iconics had to permanently disband as a team. And there was much rejoicing. Yay! And on the September 14th episode of Raw, it was announced that Jax and Baszler will defend the title against the Riot Squad at Clash of Champions. Why do I keep saying that? I'm trying to... Because there's not the Riot Squad without Sarah Logan, but what the fuck can I do? I don't even know. This is like... I'm pretty sure at this point this is just the gist of the women's tag team division, and that there's no one else that they have that they can do. Like, they don't really, because Iconics disbarred, and who do you really have else? No one. I don't even have much else to add. Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
I heard Shayna Baszler. Maybe Riott and Liv Morgan not gonna get this win.
I hate to say it, man, but you're right. Ruby Riott just... Oh, she took so many losses, and even back with Liv, just... Together, they don't know what... The creative doesn't know what to do with them. Vince and Bruce and company, they don't know what to do with them. On their own, they don't know what to do with it. It's just... Yeah, and I see this Nia Shayna thing lasting longer than it has any right to, so I'm going with... She injures most girls, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler to retain. Our next match is another motherfucking rematch, folks. Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Lucha House Party, Kalisto, Gran Metalik, and or Lince Dorado, depending on what happens because of tensions broiling between the loser House Party. On the September 11th episode of SmackDown, Kalisto and Gran Metalik defeated Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura in a non-title match. The following week, Cesaro and Nakamura were scheduled to defend the title against the Lucha House Party Clash of Champions. Seriously, why do you do this? Why do you fucking do this to me? Again, this is pretty much the gist. Much like the last match, I'm pretty sure this is just the gist of the fucking SmackDown, of the friggin' SmackDown tag team division. Because think about it. You've got no one else. New Day ain't together. The Forgotten Sons have been off TV because of Jackson Riker's shenanigans. And now look. And now look at this. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna say this right now. Merge the fucking tag divisions. I'm tired of this endless rematch, back and forth bullshit. I've had enough. I genuinely cannot take much more of this. if this is literally the gist between these two, and then the eventual gist, or rather what will be one of them for when we get to the Raw Tag Team titles match, I cannot say this enough. Merge the motherfucking tag team divisions. You will save yourself so much stress and headache in the long run. I can't stress this enough. It needs to be done soon. I would have said do it at this pay-per-view, but no, you screwed that up. What are you gonna do? Do it at the next pay-per-view? God-forsaken Hell in a Cell or Survivor Series? This cannot go on for this long, folks. I cannot take much more of this.
I'm excited for Survivor Series this year. I'm not gonna lie. Last year, oh my god, last year when they built up Survivor Series,
yeah,
great.
I know, but this year I have a bad feeling. Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
It's going to be Cesaro and Nakamura.
Yep, Cesaro and Shinsuke for me as well, even though both of them should be on their own doing better things, but unfortunately they fucked up with both of them, and now we have to reap their fuck up. So yeah, Cesaro and Nakamura for the win. Our next match is Jeff Hardy versus AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn in a triple threat ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Now, this is a match I'm probably looking forward to the most, because, well, ladder match and yeah. Anyways, in May of 2020, Sami Zayn was stripped of the Intercontinental Championship after refraining from competing during the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, it's still technically fucking going on, but rather, it's just refused to do any more performance center shows, and what happened with WWE and their awfulness at handling the situation at large. A tournament to determine a new champion was then won by AJ Styles on the June 12th episode of SmackDown. Jeff Hardy then defeated Styles to win the title on the August 21st episode. Prior to the match, Styles attacked Hardy's leg, which led to medical personnel placing a leg brace on Hardy's injured leg. The following week, AJ Styles interrupted Hardy, feeling that Hardy had cheated in their match as Hardy kicked Styles with the leg that had the knee brace. But it was hidden, and the ref never saw it, so, the brace, so doesn't count. As Hardy was leaving, however, Sami motherfucking Zayn returned with his own belt, not the white belt, boo, claiming he was the true champion as he was never defeated, like the delusional heel that he is, and attacked Hardy as Styles watched on and taunted Hardy afterwards. Over the next few weeks, all three would bicker and state their claim on who was the real champion. The rivalry reached a boiling point on the September 18th episode when an enraged Hardy announced he would defend the Intercontinental Championship against Styles and Zayn in a ladder match at Clash of Champions. So you had this story of Zayn never officially being pinned or submitted to lose the belt, and you have Hardy still fending off with Styles, but either way, I think everything is converging nicely here, and I'm expecting the match at least to be good. I mean, these three are all capable, and at least Zayn is before they had him start wrestling like a coward and shit, or other reasons and chicken shit heelish tactics, but possible injury gave them a good excuse to do that, but we'll just have to see. Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna go risky right here. I think Sami is gonna win because I feel like they just put the title on AJ and Jeff for now, just because he couldn't make it, travel issues. I think they're gonna put the title back
on Zayn. I don't know, man. I don't know with the way they were, and I mean, I don't know. They may have said anyone who didn't want to work during this pandemic madness didn't have to, but I don't know, man. Sami's not exactly Roman Reigns. It's not like Roman where he just sat out, I don't know, like before Mania, just disappeared from TV for several months at a time, only coming back on the end of SummerSlam and getting a title match like that. So he's not exactly that. So not sure I can see that happening, unless the story here. And who is even to say if he'll have his butt buddies with them? Because they've been stuck on their own in fucking limbo. And it's just... I don't know, man. I'm not even sure. I can't even pick. I'm gonna have to actually look at betting odds for this shit because I'm I'm genuinely not sure right now what to do. If I could just find the latest betting odds. This one might be a good site to look at. Oh my god. Hold on. Excuse me. Nope. Nope. No way. Oh. Right now, the odds are leaning in Jeff Hardy's favor, even though it doesn't have specific number odds. It's using fractions only here, but the other fractions are more uneven here for like the others. Or for Sami Zayn, he's got 3/2, or 1.25, and AJ Styles just a straight up solid 3, because 3 divided by 1, but you know. Jeff Hardy 4/5, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to go with Jeff Hardy on this one. I don't see it. I mean, AJ probably doesn't really need the belt at this moment. And if Sami Zayn was not exactly more higher on the card, like they treat Roman, things might be different. But I'm not sure I see that happening. Although I could put an asterisk down to this one and say prediction subject to change. I don't know. But I'll just say Jeff Hardy. I wish I could say the last 2 matches weren't rematches, but sadly they are. And now we have to deal with this crap. Back on this stupid tag team division garbage, it's Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford versus Andrade Cien Almas and Angel Garza for the Raw Tag Team Championship. Note the absence of Zelina Vega in their corner, despite the fact that, you know, Vega and Andrade were such a good fucking pairing, but now that you fucking split them up, it's Duff Nail for Andrade until Charlotte comes back from her elective surgery. Now, where's the fucking... Hold on. No, we went through that. Son of a bitch. It's not there. You can put a small blurb for this SmackDown Women's Tag Action. I mean, the SmackDown Tag Team match, but you can't do it for the Raw Tag Team match. Unreal. I don't even... You know what, I would just read this, but I'm not up for it right now. What I will say, though, is that somehow Garza and Almas outlasted Rollins and Murphy, as well as the most oddest, another no-reason pairing, Dominic Mysterio and Humberto Carrillo. I just love doing that. And you love when I love doing that, despite the fact that you're not a fan of the guy who does it. Anyway, whatever. Where was I? Oh, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. Again, like the previous tag matches we've had before, say it with me, folks. It's just these 2 teams. And with the looming breakup of seemingly Andrade and Angel inevitable, it's like, you really have no excuse to not fucking merge the tag divisions. I'm sick of this. I'm sounding like a broken fucking record at this point. Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Andrade and Garza.
Ooh, really? Why do you say that?
I should actually. Then again, they might break up. You know what? Yeah. Andrade and Garza. I feel like they're gonna be on the same page, and they need to work together on this. So
I don't know. Without Andrade's former associate in her corner, things aren't really looking so good for either of them. But they may just say continuity. Fuck that shit, as WWE always does. But now I'm going with the Profits. They're gonna keep the fucking belt on this uneventful ass at times and very not good reign. My god, I mean, how many times have they held the belts? Holy Christ almighty, 207 days.
So
it was a last chance match, apparently so.
Against Seth and Buddy Murphy, and Kevin Owens screwed them. He was eating pop.
Of course. But yeah, I'm going with the Profits to retain. And finally, we come to the last match that's sadly a goddamn rematch. Bobby Lashley versus Apollo Crews. You know, I don't even get it. You have Apollo friggin' lose and just He so gets it. I don't get it. I seriously hate this way that they're handing out title shots. It makes no sense. He lost. He should go to the back of the goddamn line. It's just, I can't right now with this friggin' madness. You know, it was supposed to be Keith Lee originally feuding with Bobby Lashley before they fucked him up in the way that they did. Outfit, theme, and just the booking in general and all. But what are you gonna do, really? Steven, who do you think's gonna win?
Lashley.
Bobby Lashley, indeed. I'm going with Lashley to retain as well. And that's gonna do it, folks. That was the last of the bunch. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe this pay-per-view might be better than we expect. Usually that's what happens when you keep your expectations low, but I don't know. 5 mother effing rematches is just... it's too much. And while a few of the matches do stand out, not enough of them do in the grand scheme of things. But we'll just see what happens when we come Sunday, September 27th. I want to thank Steven, as always, for being here with me. Say bye, Steven.
Guys, and by the way, we'll see you next week for NXT TakeOver 31. I don't know why there's another takeover, but you know, that's
because
their
quantity over quality, man. Its main roster tendencies are starting to rear their ugly heads more and more in NXT TakeOver. I'm really missing fucking fans. I know, just with the way things are, you have to just take the hand dealt with you and just try to make the best of it. But I feel like NXT has suffered from this and the whole Wednesday night war, which I can't take much more of it. Just put them both on separate days. Just make my life easier. Just make everyone's life easier, please.
It's the same Extreme Rules, the whole show. Oh my god, don't remind me of that pay-per-view this year.
Yeah, let's just handle it when we get to that. We'll see you guys next week for NXT TakeOver 31. Bye for now.